Competitive reality shows, one of the most popular genres on television. Filled with strategy, deceit, loyalty, and manipulation, safety is never guaranteed. In this game, there's no racing around the world, no fighting for love, no surviving on an island, and no isolation in a house. 7 contestants, all Hofstra University students. Some know each other, some don't. Over the course of 1 week, they will battle it out, competing in challenges for immunity, video chatting, forming alliances, and bonds. One by one, they will vote each other out until only 2 remain. Then the power shifts to the eliminated contestants, who vote for a winner. The only way to avoid elimination is to take control of the game and get the numbers on your side. I'm Ben Kessler, and this is Safety in Numbers.
My name is Joe Reiter. I'm a senior at Hofstra. I'm from Long Island, New York.
Just a little cocky, but in a loving way. You know how it is.
I like to say I'm a very social person. I like to talk to people.
Joe and I have become really, really close. We're total bros.
Playing this game for me it's enjoyable. It's very enjoyable and challenging at the same time because it's, balancing being very social versus being too social.
I wouldn't put it past Joe to lie directly to your face just to win.
I don't even know what else to say about Joe. He's a very interesting guy.
He doesn't know this, but I really want to betray him in the game because I just want to in some way mess with him.
And I watched the first episode of Joe's rants, and I loved that. That was my first introduction to him as a person.
And he's the type of person that he would lie and backstab you and be like, yeah, that makes sense.
He has a lot of self-confidence. That's what I will say about Joe.
Joe is definitely a threat, only because he knows probably the most people, I think, in the actual game. He probably knows the most people, so he has all those connections.
Here's the thing with Matt Ovington. Me and him are more similar than either of us want to admit.
My name is Matt Ovington. I am a junior TV production and studies major. My strategy going into this game is to be as careful as possible, to pull as many strings as I can without anybody thinking that I'm the one doing it.
So I know Matt the least out of anyone here. I don't trust him.
I don't know him at all.
Trying to, operate from the shadows a little bit so that I'm not a target.
And Matt told me he wants to go for me, and I see Matt as my biggest challenge threat, so that's why I want him first.
Kaylee doesn't trust me because I made some jokes about coming after Kaylee, and she took it to heart, so she wants to get me out of the way.
I'm Kalle Neuman. I'm a junior at Hofstra. I'm a big Survivor fan.
Me and Kalle have been talking more and more, though, in the last couple semesters, just because we take a lot of the same classes. We play video games together. We hang out together. So me and Kalle, we're pretty solid friends.
I know Kalle pretty well through talking about Survivor and Survivor Friends.
Kalle Neuman and I went on a school trip out to LA together, and we bonded. So I feel like I know Kalle pretty well.
Kalle, I know Kalle. Mutual friends. Comfortable with Kalle. Have you ever talked to Kalle? Should probably talk to Kalle.
I'm the only person who really knows everybody who's playing, so I need them to not realize that about me.
I don't trust Kalle. Kalle always has been a little bit reserved in our relationship.
But I trust Kalle, and I also think she's a really strong competitor.
Kalle Neuman and I are going to be living together next year. I consider her a close friend of mine.
It's really bad, but I have alliances with, at this point, basically everyone except Matt and David. So I need nobody to talk to each other and people to only talk to me.
And we did this ridiculous project where she kidnapped me in her car, and I basically jumped into her car. It was the worst acting ever, but it was hilarious.
Meaghan and I are very good friends. We're gonna be sharing a house together. We've had fun together. So I have dirt on her. So if she decides to do something foolish in this game, vote me out, then that's on her.
So, hi, I'm Meaghan. I'm a sophomore. I'm a TV production BA with a fine arts and creative writing minor. I don't know.
I know that she's a TV person. I don't even know what she works on or who she's friends with. I really don't know anything about Meaghan.
We're at the hi, how are you state, but we're not at the, hey, why don't you come over and hang out with me and my friends.
I know very briefly, but not super well. We lived on the same floor in our dorm, so we have that bond there. But other than that, I don't know Meaghan very well.
We're pretty good friends. We are going to be living together all of next year. She's very nice, but she's very quiet. I think that'll probably be how she plays this game. I don't think she's going to talk to anybody besides me, but we'll see.
And we were in a Zoom call. I brought up the Girls Alliance, and she was totally for it, and she and I really, really clicked during that call. I'm Grace Garemore. I'm a senior public relations major at Hofstra. I'm involved in Zeta Phi Eta, the professional business and Communications fraternity. I'm in PRSSA, Sustainability Club, and Leaf Club.
Grace can be a really strong ally because I can just use like female empowerment words and then we'll be on a team together.
Grace, I've hung out with Grace a few times.
I think her and I have a lot in common, which is really cool.
Grace is like a new addition to like a friends list. We are very similar in a lot of ways, which is good and bad.
We're pretty good friends. We watch Survivor together every week now via Zoom.
I have a good sense of her, which, you know, makes her a threat in this game.
About a year ago now, I started watching Survivor. What drew me into it personally was figuring out alliances and like the maneuvering.
She's actually my big in my fraternity, so I think I trust Grace the most going into this. She's someone that I think is really trustworthy.
Kathryn is my little in Zeta Phi Eta, and she's also grown into like one of my best friends at Hofstra. We will be friends for years down the line. We have made a pact going into this that we will not betray each other because we want to do this together. We want to have fun together.
Hi, my name is Kathryn. I'm a senior public relations major at Hofstra, and I'm also the president of the Student Government Association.
We've spoken quite a bunch through mutual friends, through a bunch of different people.
So Joe Reiter, I did not know before this competition at all.
So me and Kathryn have a good rapport, and I think we both have a very similar mindset on things.
So I've had a conversation with Joe. I just don't know him very well at all.
Kathryn and I went to LA together. It's a sacred bond that cannot be broken.
Kathryn lived a couple doors down from me this year, and her and I like some of the same music. So that's all I really know about her.
Everyone else, if they screwed me over or like in some way like messed with me or played me and voted me out, I would be mad for about 15 minutes and then I would laugh and say, okay, cool. Kathryn, I think I would actually be mad.
She's my president in SGA. We've talked a few times. Know her the best out of everyone. However, rely on her, but at the same time, watching my back. Again, I'm like not like the weakest link, but kind of like the weakest link. So it's kind of like get David out of the way. So I'm David O'Brien. I'm a political science major. I'm in SGA. I like politics and Broadway. That's all.
I don't know if his kind of the demeanor he's trying to go for is fake or not. So I don't know if he actually doesn't know what he's doing, or if he's just pretending he doesn't know what he's doing.
Do I mean it? Like, oh shucks, I know what I'm doing? Yes, because I don't. But am I playing it up and milking it? Yes. Because then people react to it like, haha, or like thumbs up. It's like, okay.
If he's like using that as an angle, like, oh, I don't watch Survivor, I don't know, and trying to, you know, lull us all into complacency, and then he takes over. Who knows, man?
David O'Brien, he is a senator in SGA, which I'm the president of, and so I know David pretty well, I would say, and I also think that he's very trustworthy.
Even though I know him, I'm not really friends with him.
I've seen his name come up on Twitter before.
I don't know David especially well. I don't even think I could tell you his major.
I have no idea who he is.
Set the bar really low. And if you lose, you told him. But if you do well, it's like,